The movie starts off introducing the main character to us, David, just with a crush. You know, living life, cooling. And he peeped the girl he was crushing on likes to travel or something, and used that information to get her a gift. But see, this is where we differ. I would have brought 2 gifts to school that day. Because this level of comfortability this man Mark had to approach and accost David, he wasn't new to this. He definitely was true to this. So as soon as he came and snatched that snow globe, I would have turned into Sharkeisha. I mean, every fiber of my being would be her. From the cock back to the connection. It would be like his American flag hat came with DLCs. Nigga would be seeing all 50 stars just hovering over his head. I saw your eagerness to examine the globe, so I figured you like to travel, so I sent your consciousness on a trip. Millie started scolding this nigga Mark like she was his mother, talking about some give it back. And he tried giving it back to David. Millie, why don't you take it? It's your gift from the heart. No. For some reason, David walked over there and attempted to take it back, I guess. And Mark turned into an MLB pitcher, tossing it into a pond of ice. And since Mark liked to cosplay as things besides the bitch he was, I would have turned him into a fishing rod and tossed his ass over there to retrieve it. Millie, this all could have been avoided if you took it. Look how close she was. I'm thinking in my head that maybe she's not messing with it. I would have shrugged my shoulders and walked away. She don't want it, I don't want it. F it. Then this man David started to walk on thin ice, propelling us into the title of the movie, Jumper, because he teleported from the icy pond, nearly avoiding a get-together with the Grim Reaper, straight into a public library. And peep how she was staring like she'd never seen a nigga get wet while reading a book. Some people just have a thirst for knowledge.
What?
So after making it home, we learned via voiceover, this man's mom abandoned him. She peaced out on him at 5 years old. I guess it's not only the men that like to dabble in getting milk from the store and taking a few years to complete the task, like they were Gildos in the 100-Year Quest. But damn, we even learned his dad was the same as a candy bar rapper. Trash. 4 minutes in, and this man David was already going through it. Like he just walked into the door and his father was on 10. Let's calm down for a second. Man burst through David's door like he was Ike and David was Tina. Calm down, he was gonna eat the cake. Give him a few minutes. What's going on? First the dad from Chronicles, now this old nigga from Walking Dead. But for the second time in the movie already, David's defense mechanism activated and teleported him back to the library that was now closed. The librarians will be playing around. They are prompt. If it says close at 8, them doors are locked by 7:58. But now this man Dave decided to ask the question.
Just teleport.
Did I teleport? What do you think happened last time? You drowned and your respawn point was randomly the library? And with this discovery, this man dropped the snow globe off to Millie and became his mother, starting a new life. That life being a criminal. Man started robbing banks, and I can't blame him. If I could teleport, we'd be twins. More like John Cena and Darren Young, but twins nonetheless. But after his first attempt, he had Dennis Rodman on his ass. Like, I can't take a little money? No one is stopping you from having that stupid ass hairstyle, so why stop my bag? But I guess things went smooth for a few years, because we get this time skip and he was still alive and free. But this nigga wanted to get caught. Like, look at the stuff he was doing. You are not King Kong, and I see no white woman in your hands. Get down. I swear, directly after the time skip, this man was trying to speed run getting caught. After taking this simple ass down from the building, man pulled up to a bar, spot a woman that is walking distance, then teleported next to her.
You idiot.
My guy, you can walk. It won't hurt. Nigga messed around and got caught by him. Luckily, everyone else in the building besides him was blind. But I'm not gonna lie, this man was living for real. Surfing around the world 1 minute, the next eating on top of the pyramids. But on the other hand, Cisco was going crazy in some other part of the world, hunting down jumpers, calling them abominations. But I never understood why people that are being hunted down by humans play defense. Nigga, you can teleport, and they are regular. You're telling me teleportation in a Switch doesn't sound like the greatest tag team since the Hardy Boys? You damn near would be like Julie Plec writing a bad show. Unstoppable. I'm telling you, I would have teleported this nigga to the nearest hair salon, demanding they take this shit out of his head. So David arrived back to his home, only to find he had front row seats to a Cisco concert. And the man had the audacity to say, "Don't run. Who's gonna stop me?" And also, the only running I know is running a fade. And I'll put my shit up like this. What you talking about? You're not tough for real. Man out here attacking people who don't want to fight. Like, I never seen a nigga as ass as David in a while. Besides kick-ass, they have to be on the same level of incompetence. Like, Roland is not even being sneaky. He's not even trying to hide what he's about to do. He has his hand behind his back mid-convo. David, you have to lock in. And he started to let Chris Rock from Fifth Element cook. Had him chopped in one of those universe infinite combos. It was like this man Dave was allergic to competent hands. Break out and hides if he could confidently defend himself. You're telling me all that teleporting and he never teleported into a dojo or a boxing gym or something, even into a book section, and picked up how to throw a punch for idiots? Anything.
Jumper. us.
That's gotta be racist. There's no way.
Man said that like it was a slur. David, you're letting this man stall on you. I can't blame you fully, but you have to take some of it, because I would be prepared just in case people found out I had powers. My mind will always wander to the witch trials. Hell, look at what they do to the X-Men for trying to save people. But with that stun rod, this man was preparing a feast. He was having too much fun killing jumpers. This was purely for love. I doubt he's getting paid. But does this universe have like a Reed Richards, Tony Stark, Shiri? How in the hell did they invent such advanced technology to trap jumpers? They damn near made a fishing rod for jumpers, and the bait is the jumpers' own incompetence. But since Roland was treating the hunt like middle school field day, David was able to escape back to his childhood home, getting away from that white-haired demon and his kinky toys. Man had a diddy rope talking about some, "You're not going anywhere. Let me go, you fucking freak." But instead of going to the nearest karate dojo looking for his very own Mr. Miyagi, this man chose to do this. Man really gotta think about his next steps. The only steps he should be taking, if not learning how to toss them bitches, is to a shop to fully express the Second Amendment, getting a machine gun and making it sing like Kelly after he changed genres. What's the next step, you might ask? To find Millie. My god, you have an evil grandpa chasing after you. All the surfing you was doing at the beginning of the movie, now you choose to surf on the wave of love like you are on Bachelor? Some things you just can't help for real. So after sitting in the bar for a long ass time, turning into Joe from You, Dave decided to take his leave. But the bully Mark was the first to notice him while he was trying to leave, stopping him from making his swift exit. But the way I would have headbutted this so fast, you would have thought that we were conjoined twins, and my head was supposed to be with his. Like, my god, you are ruining my smooth departure. But why did he choose now to walk out the door? All the stupid ass teleporting he was doing throughout the movie, now was the time to walk. Anyway, Millie called him, and not 2 minutes into the interaction did David and Mark start moving furniture. But David, you can't fight? I still can't believe he didn't learn how to fight. 8 years, and you never thought about a rematch with this nigga? Like, one punch from Mark had David levitating. Mark was tossing his fist like he was Naruto, and David had no choice but to eat them bitches like he was Sasuke. Why was David hugging? Like, I get that your father was an asshole and your mother abandoned you faster than the influencer does their own meme coin, but you can't keep hugging your opponents. Man's fighting style is called Bring It In. Beating was getting so bad, dude had to whip out his secret arts, teleportation, bringing him to a whole different location. Then had the audacity to get up like this, like he was tough. Stop. You're embarrassing everyone watching, me included. He was lucky Mark was too afraid to continue fighting. It's a fact he went to chop it up with Millie after the fact. Like, why are you doing nothing to survive, my nigga? Do you not want to survive? So he convinced Millie to go with him to Rome. And this man, Samuel, I'm on your ass Jackson, was not playing with him. He wanted David up out of there. He was gonna do it himself, and Mark was gonna be his way to do so. This man, David, was leaving breadcrumbs, just feeding Roland clues. So, on the trip with Millie, we learned David made no real cover for his identity whatsoever, because Millie asked so simply, what was he hiding? Because he said his job was in banking. Like, a little more detail won't hurt, and say it with some confidence. Nigga, I bank. Something like that. It doesn't even matter, because damn, how much time passed since their reunion? It must be on first class seats. It has to be. Anyway, while giving his now girlfriend, I guess, a tour of Rome's Colosseums, he comes across another jumper in his business, the same nigga from the bar, and this man starts talking. Did you think you the only jumper? Blah blah blah, get off my I already have a 6'2" black man with white hair riding. I don't have any more facilities to give any more rides. I mean, okay, he did give Dave a warning about the paladins coming in, but still, I don't like the way you came across upon our initial interaction. Now I have to let myself get hung up like a Playboy poster in the 80s. David took the arrival of the Hydra for jumpers as his sign to dip, while the other jumper was still down there with their back, just going on the defensive. But the way the goons just walked up, I don't like it. Like, do no one understand the concept of a ranged weapon? Like, yeah, I get you can teleport, but you also can shoot a gun. Nothing's stopping you. It is not tomorrow, people. But David collected his third loss of the movie, getting himself caught up by the goon who was using his weapon like it was a Bulbasaur's vine whip, dragging his ass back down to them. And the other jumper is just jumping with no plan. Like, do those baton, grapple, or electric sticks have one shot or multiple shots? Because it looks like they have to reload every time. To fight them. He gonna say,
Welcome to the war.
They start running like he was Usain Bolt. But the moment he starts fighting back, he had this man counting stars like One Republic. Then the second one, Jeff Hardy from the top ropes, chest first into a rock. See, this is how it should be. It's cakewalk to you niggas. It should be licking your fingers and eating chocolate cake. I don't know what that means. See, this is why I don't understand how this is even a war. Teleportation and a gun. I'm telling you. A great combination, just like a PB&J. So after killing the two paladins, Griffin teleported and Dave followed him through the opening, but then gets mad when he does. Like, didn't you say welcome to the war, nigga? Share some of your knowledge. It won't hurt. But he still has to go back for Millie because he left her in the Coliseum, leading to himself getting arrested. But his mom just pulled up and freed him and then dipped again. Like she didn't abandon this man a while back. She must have heard about the NBA draft and wanted to take a little peek. So after dropping Millie off at the airport, the cameraman cuts over to Roland. going to David's father's house, but this man was on the phone with the other paladins when they informed him that they failed. But Roland was like, I told you to send everybody. Why? What made you think David of all people needs multiple paladins to handle him? This nigga got cooked by one. If it wasn't for Griffin, David would have been Ross's actor, becoming a swimmer, and not the Phelps kind, the one that's doing so with the fishes. So Roland questions David's father, and he was answering question after question until he wasn't. Nigga must have realized he was being too federal. But hey, standing 10 toes can be lethal. Deadly. David's father was not gonna see another day. Roland got him up out of there. Human, jumper, with this type of hatred, logic don't make sense. Then the camera cuts back to Griffin, and boy, this nigga must be sponsored by Pepsi. But because who the hell needs all that Aquafina? I personally go for a Poland Spring. So David popped back into Griffin's lair because he needed to understand what's going on. What are paladins? Why are they after him? What's going on? Why did this black man have white hair? So basically, to cut a long story short, paladins are basically serial killers that hunt jumpers. And jumpers are niggas that can teleport and choose to run instead of fighting. If only the jumpers were more like Griffin and ran fades, this would have been solved a long time ago. I promise you, if I was a jumper, I've been jumping all in the ass.
What do you mean by that?
Roland done put this man's father in a death note, had Dave tweaking for some revenge. Dude went to visit Mark, he needed some answers. What did you tell Roland? Why would you tell Roland? Nigga, you teleported me to somewhere. I'm in jail because they think I try to rob a bank. I'm snitching. Call me 6ix9ine, I'm snitching. Then he went back to Griffin because he wanted some tag team action. But Griffin wasn't one to be in the stable, so it turned into a game of tag. Man was following Griffin like he was a baby duck who were imprinting on him, just so he could find Roland. After the game of cat and mouse, Griffin agreed to join his team. But this is where the story gets a little juicy. David now realized Roland was after Millie and her plane already landed. So he rushed to her apartment and Roland was already there, marching down on him, armed. So David had to think fast, teleporting Millie directly to Griffin's lair. But unbeknownst to him, Dennis Rodman was packing some Lysol location spray, and with a few aerosol taps into the air, he found the jump scar. And then he took out a big ass bug zapper, opening up the rift, allowing this man Roland to breach this man not so secret alive. And we remember, right, when David was looking for Roland to end it? Tell me why this man was hiding. Nigga, I thought your plan was a fight. But this is what pissed me off. Do what you do. 1 minute you want to fight, 1 minute you want to hide. He saw a picture of his mom and ran out like a fly to a light bulb.
Man, you stupid bitch!
Getting himself caught. When I tell you a single tear started sliding down my face, no squabbles for real, or common sense, got himself hung like a star on a Christmas tree before he started pleading, damn near saying,
I wanna say I'm sorry.
but Griffin was no better. I mean, he is, but not in this moment. He had the perfect chance for a sneak attack, and he decided he needed a one-liner before using his flamethrower. But back at the airport, he said,
I'm gonna arm up. Meet me back at the lair.
I did say I needed the fire, but not this type. I was thinking more of John Wick and less of David Dobrik. Why did his mind go straight to being a cartoon villain? Killing somebody with a flamethrower is crazy. A 45 is a lot simpler. I mean, he did get one, but the main one that mattered managed to not only dodge thanks to the ample warning he gave him, but turned to Scorpion, pulling Griffin closer, hand delivering a compliment like a DoorDash order from McDonald's, disarming him. Griffin, this is why you don't talk before you act. You say it while the fire is roaring, but Griffin got his get back. This is what I'm talking about. You have powers. No human should be your equal in a bout of squabbles. Nobody. Hit this man Roland with a teleported enhanced Naruto fight ending punch. And just look at this. I have one question.
How the f did he not die?
Man shook his head like the pain was asking him, does it hurt? And he simply said no and stood back up. But Griffin was doing too much. Getting a gun was too much to ask for. But you know what wasn't? Teleporting an entire bus to the desert to crush one man and still miss. All this action going on and David was still pinned to the wall. Damn, I guess sit this one out. Griffin was still on timing with that flamethrower. Roland thought it was his time to shine. Millie and David was free eats. Nope, but Griffin, that flamethrower is too easily avoidable. Roland jumped his ass into the rift. He might really be Dennis Rodman with them ups. But Griffin was low-key in hawk down mode and wasn't gonna let him escape, only to be flipped freshly out the rift. Man couldn't even fully wrap his hands around the knife before Roland had him wearing his whip weapon like a scarf, redecorating the house with his body. You see how Roland didn't say anything before he did it, and it was effective? Take a few notes. All the while, David was still hanging. I mean, Millie freed him eventually, but really a heart-to-heart right now, of all times, Griffin managed to steal their bug zapper, and David couldn't even hold on to his girl, with Roland snatching Millie through the rift like it was a game of tug-of-war. Except David was like this, he was too tough to try. Griffin didn't care. He was thinking about how to finish his mission, talking about some firebombing the entire apartment, but David couldn't allow that because, you know, Millie's back at the place. So he took this man Griffin's safe and teleported, leading to David getting his ass beat yet again, but this time on top of of a pyramid. It's always great for different scenery. But this was damn near a Dr. Seuss book about Dave getting his ass beat. David could not squabble in our house. David could not squabble to save his future spouse. David could not squabble here or there. David could not squabble anywhere. After a fierce game of tag and Griffin getting trapped by electricity, David went straight to Millie, getting trapped in a four-way like an intersect. And the greatest feat this man had the entire movie was him jumping part of Millie's apartment, because he didn't win a single fight, if we're being honest. And I know the librarians hate this nigga. He teleported an entire kitchen with him, this time to the library, and don't worry, he didn't forget the water. But I must say, the ending happened faster than David and Millie's relationship. David just grabbed Roland and teleported him to a mountain inside the desert, and then said,
I told you I'm different.
Shut your lame ass up, nigga.
if you don't shoot him, you know what, whatever, to each their own, do what you will, let him live. I personally would have dyed his hair red. That's just me though. At the end of the movie, David put up on his mom and Bella Swanson.
Hey, Mom.
Because you cannot tell me this is not Bella Swanson. She plays the same character in everything she plays in. And his mom was a paladin, so that's why she left. And then she gonna say, I'll give you a head start because I love you. Since you want to abandon this son, I'm gonna teleport her to the sun. Nah, I'm just joking. Hey, but at least David and Millie had a happy ending. If you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching. Until next time.